Hello, I am Commander Rodead, and after my 100th round of this Iron Tide community goal, I got a little burned out of the trading and wanted to go do something different. Wanted to go do some engineering. But I needed to go gather some refined focus crystals. And refined focus crystals are dropped from anacondas in resource extraction sites. So, since there was already another community goal for bounty hunting in the same system, I figured I would do a little bit of that. So while I was out bounty hunting, I quickly found myself wishing I had a longer range kill warrant scanner. But a long range kill warrant scanner has a reduced scan angle, and I was afraid that that might make it kind of somewhat useless. I was afraid that I would have to just keep my reticle directly on the target while I scanned it. And this also meant that I couldn't really scan ships that were pretty close to me. So I kinda got to thinking, what if I dual-wielded two kill warrant scanners, one with long range and one with wide angle? So after a quick check of my resources, I realized that I was only missing one material to create a long range scanner and a wide angle scanner, and that was classified scan fragments. So to gather the classified scan fragments that I needed, I decided I was going to go scan some bases. When I got about halfway through my list of bases to scan, I realized that the community goal for bounty hunting was going to be over before I finished. So since I had enough for one scanner, I decided I was going to hold off on the rest of the bases, prioritize creating that scanner and bounty hunting before the community goal ended. So I went back to my home system to buy two new kill warrant scanners, and realized that I can only have one at a time. Perhaps I should have thought about this a little bit more than not at all. But I can still make a long-range scanner and give that a try. So I went and engineered my new kill warrant scanner to increase the range up to 8.8 kilometers. And since I was already there creating a long-range kill warrant scanner, and I already had a long-range wake scanner, and just for shits and giggles, I thought why not complete the set by also creating a long-range manifest scanner, which I do not really have a use for at the moment, but I'm sure I can come up with some sort of shenanigans at some point in the future that involves it. And with that complete, I went back to the resource extraction site to continue bounty hunting with the new scanner. I quickly discovered that the reduced scan angle of the new long-range kill warrant scanner had no noticeable effect on my gameplay. So, after the encouraging results of this, I thought why not also upgrade my sensors? The main reason why I hadn't done so previously is I was afraid that the scan angle would have a devastating effect on my ability to passively scan ships. So I went off and upgraded my ship sensors, losing about a light year of jump range on my ship, but who needs jump range, right? Note that this is with a fully upgraded grade 5 frameshift drive. So without that engineered frameshift drive, this ship probably couldn't leave the system. Having long-range sensors and kill warrant scanners is amazing. It's like wearing glasses for the first time. For the first time ever, I could finally see what was going on. And this clip here, I think, demonstrates that quite well. So I looked at my list of contacts and didn't really see what I was looking for, but I saw a ship that might tide me over while I waited. So while I was boosting towards and scanning the ship, I saw a whole bunch of ships spawn in on my sensors. So I looked at my list of contacts again and saw exactly what I was looking for, and started immediately boosting towards and scanning my target ship. And thanks to my long-range sensors and long-range kill warrant scanner, I was able to completely scan the ship before I got within weapons range, which meant that when I got into weapons range, I could immediately open fire. So after I had collected all the refined focus crystals that I needed, I discovered that I had been knocked out of the top 10 position of the Iron Tide community goal, and I knew that to get back my position would require drastic action. So I decided that I was going to remove my godly shield generator in favor of an additional 64 tons of cargo space. But without that shield generator, I am vulnerable to pirates. But I had a plan. For you see, a while ago I had modified my asp to run cold so that I could safely extract tissue samples from Thargoids. And as a side effect of this, I had noticed that when my asp gets pulled over by a pirate, instead of opening fire or demanding cargo, the pirate just kind of sits there and stares at me. Now, they're trying to get a scan off, but because I'm not being picked up by their sensors, they can't scan me. So until I activate my frameshift drive, I am perfectly safe. So making my cutter run cold should protect me. So, let us put this theory to the test. Now, if I come to a complete stop, he should just sit there waiting to get a scan off. And so we'll be perfectly fine. He will not be able to start the scan until we start charging the FST drive. And we should... Never mind. Time to get out of here.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
So, that plan didn't work. Well, I still have my armor to fall back on. And so, with the new knowledge of pirate behavior acquired, I continued doing trading for the community goal, and was easily able to get back into the top 10. And was able to hold my position until the community goal ended. In my few years of playing this game, this is probably the first time a community goal has ended early with me in one of the top 10 positions. Which is kind of partly why I'm making such a big deal of this whole thing. This is an amazing accomplishment for me. With that completed, I shall be continuing my base scans. And going forward, I think it would probably be a good idea for me to revisit these bases once every few weeks, whether or not I need materials, just so that I can make sure that I have the materials on hand for when I want to engineer things. Because having to wait a month or so to engineer something is quite annoying. And I think with that, fly safe, Commanders.